It doesn't get any better than that. Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
.3 Citi FM. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafi, and tonight I'm here with
Ejibi Wiafi Akenting.
Coming up in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes.
The update is that we will go to court tomorrow. We're going to get ready to pay something to all who have been here with us.
Ashanti Regional Chairman of MPP, Bernard Ntwibwe-Siako, also known as Chairman Wontumi, set to appear before court tomorrow for Galamsey-related offences. Tonight, we give you details of his appearance before the police CID. Also coming up on Eyewitness News.
This Japati, this is the first time we are hearing it. This complaint has been made already. It has received a judicial pronouncement. So what? Is it not obvious to you? Is it not obvious what the implications are?
Former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfred Yeboah-Dame denies allegations that he fabricated evidence against businessman Richard Jakpa, now Director of Special Operations for the National Security in the ambulance trial. And later on Eyewitness News, 12 illegal miners arrested for destroying the Achimbon-Sorero line in the Takwa municipality in the Western region. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and other stories on Eyewitness News. Also coming up in business.
Heath Goldfields refutes future global resources allegations of lease breaches.
Eyewitness News is live on affiliates across the country, around the globe. We are on citinewsroom.com. Talking about affiliates.
In the Western region, we're live on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky 93.5 FM, both in Takrade. In the Bono region, tune in to Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyane. In the Ashanti region, we're live on Focus 94.3 and Orange 107.9 FM, all in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're live on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajewu and VOV Radio 95.9 FM in Hohoi. In the Northern region, we're live on Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM, and in the Upper East region we're live on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. In the Upper West region, tune in to Tungson 97.3 FM in Wa and Jirapa 96.1 FM.
You can also join the conversation with your WhatsApp messages. The number is 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. Ejubi has a first story.
Trial of Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Ntwibwe-Siako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, is set to begin tomorrow, October 7. He reported to the police CID headquarters in Accra to face charges related to illegal mining following a warning issued by the Attorney General Dominic Ayine last Friday, indicating that Chairman Wontumi would be arrested if he failed to appear. The Attorney General also stated that formal charges had already been signed against him. Lawyer for Chairman Wontumi, Andy Apiakubi, says it would be premature to determine whether his client is guilty or innocent, but the law should take its course.
Shortly, we'll speak to Lawyer Apiakubi on this matter, but let's speak to my colleague Charles Osukumi. He was at the police CID today and saw everything that happened. Charles, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening, sir.
Tell us, what really happened?
Well, so, we got wind that Chairman Wontumi would be appearing before the CID today, following what happened on Friday when the Attorney General went to deliver an address at the government CSO meeting over illegal mining. So, the Attorney General mentioned that Wontumi had to report today, otherwise he would be arrested. Yeah. We have been told that he requested that he would appear tomorrow, but the Attorney General's office insisted that he appears today. So yesterday we spoke to the lawyer who confirmed that they will be there at 10 a.m. today. And of course, they were there around 10 a.m. today. Wontumi came in the company of the lawyer, Andy Apiakubi. Wontumi, he spotted a green polo shirt, blue jeans and some sneakers, looking very sporty on a Monday morning, and he was taken upstairs together with the lawyer. So the interrogation, all the discussions with the CID went on for about 3 hours, and then later they came out. This was different from the one that happened with Yoko, where you had supporters of Yuntumi and all those people, massing up at the Yoko premises. This was just Yuntumi and his lawyers, just a few people who had come to support him, some members of the NPP. I saw Moses Abbott there, former Greater Accra Regional Youth Organizer of the party. I saw him there, and a couple of other people who had come just to support. So the interrogation took for about 3 hours, and then they came out. I spoke to the lawyer who told us that yes, the former charges have been preferred. The charges are linked to illegal mining activities, and they're expected to start trial tomorrow.
So tomorrow he will go to court?
Yes, Chamawuntumi will go to court tomorrow. His lawyer tells us that these charges that have been preferred, he didn't tell us specifics, but they are linked to illegal mining activities connecting to his company, mining firm, Akunta Mining. The Wuntumi himself, he was invited by the CID in May when these allegations of Akunta Mining being involved in illegal mining occurred. So the CID invited him, and they preferred, he was told that he was being investigated on 3 issues: mining without a license, the pollution of water bodies, and then entering into a forest reserve. So those were the 3 key issues the investigation is bordered on. And then, remember when he was picked up by Yoko, it was just...
Is it related in any way?
No, so the Yoko issue
is different from what he's facing at the CID today. Okay,
those are different. So when he reported again the following day in May, when the first time he went, he was asked to report the following day. So that afternoon when he reported, I was there. We're having conversations with him, and just when he went out of the CID gate, he was picked up by Yoko. So that investigation is what has culminated into today's event, which is now leading to the prosecution itself, which will begin tomorrow.
You understand he was granted bail?
Yes, so one of his lawyers, Afuakwa, tells us that he was granted a 1 million Citi bail. Yeah.
So tomorrow the trial will begin?
Yes, tomorrow, Wuntumi's trial, which many CSOs have called for. The trial of Akunta
Mining, which is the
company
CEO,
that
the owner,
these CSOs have suspected has been involved in illegal mining over the years. That trial will begin tomorrow, and then at the end of it all, we'll know whether indeed Akunta Mining has been involved in illegal mining or not. Remember that the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources revoked the license for Akunta Mining just even before he was invited in May. So, his issues with the law, illegal mining, the law, they are well documented. And so the trial will begin tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Charles Uzukumi, my colleague here at Citi FM. He followed the issue of the CID inviting the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Nchibu-Isiako, also known as Chairman Wuntumi, who appeared before the CID today. The information we're picking up is that tomorrow he will go to court. The court processes will begin following the involvement of his company, Akunta Mining, in illegal mining, also known as Galamsey. We're also told that he was granted a 1 million Ghana Cedi bail by the police CID. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Let's hear his lawyer speaking to a journalist after he was discharged today.
The update is that we will go to court tomorrow. We're going to get ready to pay attention to all of who have been here with us. Let us also congratulate the police system for being so professional in this subject.
That's lawyer Pia Kubi. He's lawyer for Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Nchibu-Isiako. Thankfully enough, he's joined us on the telephone line to speak to us on this matter. Counsel, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening.
We are told that tomorrow, God willing, your client, which is the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP, appears before court. We're told of the charges yet?
We didn't appear before court today. We appeared before the...
No, I'm saying that tomorrow. We know that tomorrow, God willing, yeah.
Tomorrow we'll be going to court tomorrow. And the charges are mining without license and putting forest products, forest trees without authorization. These are the two charges mainly.
A charge you deny vehemently, I guess.
My client denies very vehemently.
How they deny?
How they deny?
I mean, why? Yeah.
Why? He hasn't done them. He hasn't done any mining without license, and he hasn't uprooted any forest trees. So this is the extent of the denial.
We are told that he was also granted a bail of 1 million cedis today.
Yes, but 1 million is not only. 1 million is substantial. So we'll see what will happen tomorrow.
There have been several calls for issues of Akontam mining, investigations and prosecution. Do you think government is doing this according to the law, or you think there's pressure on government to get this done?
Well, none of the above, because I think that these charges have been preferred against him, and it is up to prosecution to prepare the necessary evidence to support the charges. So it is nothing different. It's just a normal prosecution. That's the way I see it.
Sapia Akubi, I'll say a big thank you for your time.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much. Andy Apia Akubi is a lawyer for Chairman Wuntimi Bernard Enchibwe who is Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Gugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car, they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine, they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it the protection protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper. So you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Hello?
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is not all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes. While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no.
But I had to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look. The video freezes again. Abba.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband. From the Internet Masters.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Let's read a few of your WhatsApp messages. We the people in Oyarifa says, the law shall surely take its course. Public officials or political appointees must never forget that no one stays in power forever and no one is above the law. Daniel from Sandema says, the trial and prosecution of Chairman Wontumi is long overdue. The law must take its full course, so for no one to be above accountability. The law is the law. Ejubi has some more stories.
Well, lawyer for former Attorney General Godfred Yeboah-Dame, Frank Davis, has dismissed as baseless a petition alleging misconduct by his client during the Atoforsen ambulance trial. This follows Godfred Dame's appearance at the CID headquarters, where he reported to assist with investigations into the matter. The petition was filed by Director of Special Operations at the National Security Secretariat, Richard Jakpa, who also played a key role in the controversial ambulance procurement case.
Let's speak to Mr. Frank Davis, who is lawyer for the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Mr. Davis, good evening. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, and good evening to your cherished listeners and esteemed viewers.
You described this petition to the police CID as baseless. Exactly why are you saying this, sir?
Good evening, but where did you hear me say it was baseless?
In your interview with journalists today at the police CID headquarters?
I never used the adjectival phrase baseless. I said that the complaint against us has not been made out. So I didn't use baseless. Maybe this is the coinage that was put on social media. But I said the police had invited us. We had honored the investigation. We had been put through a bout of inquiry and interrogations. The former learned Attorney General, Minister for Justice and leader of the bar was there. I was his lead lawyer. We accompanied him and we had a decent encounter with the police. We also give them our side of the story based upon the complaints that allegedly had been filed by Richard Jakpa. But maybe the reason why the language baseless was used can only be derived from the fact that one of the journalists asked me a question as to what I thought about what was going on. For me, this Jakpa matter, this Jakpa and tape matter, as has always been in the public domain. We all had listened to the tape in the course of the prosecution and the trial of Dr. Atukesela Tuforsin and the two others. One of them obviously was the charges against him were discontinued because of health. And this matter had received a judicial inquiry and a definitive pronouncement had been made by the sitting High Court judge, who is a Justice of Appeal and who was sitting as an additional High Court judge. Her ladyship, Ifia Sewa Buche Asari. She gave a definitive judicial pronouncement and said those allegations were without basis. The tape was played, that conversation, which was 25 minutes, but yet had been truncated to 60 minutes. We were all in this country. It was played out. And the defense team at the time brought an application for a mistrial based upon this so-called telephone conversation in which Jakpa was alluding to the fact that the Deputy Attorney General was coercing him to skew evidence to have Dr. Atuforsin, the Minister now for Finance, convicted. The judge went and embarked upon that judicial inquiry and made findings of fact, ruled on the matter, and dismissed those allegations. What is the CID going to investigate? They are going to sit as an appellate court over the ruling of a Superior Court of Judicature. What are they going to investigate? I find some of these things a bit worrying and troubling. I mean, we live in a country where we are all guided by the dictates of law and due process. So I ask myself this simple question. I mean, there's always a legal department of the police CID headquarters. These matters on the threshold should be able to be, I mean, they should be able sometimes to separate the chaff from the wheat. I mean, what is the police CID going to investigate? They are going to sit on the ruling of the Justice of the High Court, for that matter, a Justice of Appeal who was sitting as an additional High Court judge? Or what exactly is the police CID going to unravel? You should be asking those questions by yourself. Now, we live in this country where everything is done in a certain way. But, well, we'll still wait on what the police will have to say on this matter. But we've been there. We are back. We've had a decent cooperation from them and from ourselves. And we'll await whatever is thrown at us.
But I tell you, was the petition just about the audio, or there were other matters that also came up in your discussions today, sir?
I don't know what you know, but so far as I was concerned, when I got to the room, the petition was about the audio. It was about the so-called conversation that Japa claims the Attorney General was coercing him to as it were, say something for Dr. Atuforsin to be convicted. But at the end of the day, Japa went into the box. When that application for mistrial was roundly dismissed, he went into the box. He gave his evidence, and he was cross-examined extensively by Kofredami, the late Attorney General as of then. He gave an accurate account of what he understood by a contract and letters of credit. The answers he gave were those answers, the answers that were put on his lips by the Attorney General. He was cross-examined. He had his lawyers in court. Indeed, Japa was represented. His lawyer at that time was Tadio Sori. I mean, we all in this country know Tadio Sori. So, Japa have been coached by the then Attorney General what to say when Japa's lawyer was Tadio Sori. Excuse me, sometimes, he was cross-examined. And he spoke his version of the truth. I mean, so what is there again to answer? He spoke his version of the truth as directed by his lawyers. So who coached who? No, who coached who? Godfrey Dami told his lawyers what he should say in court. Or Godfrey Dami at that time when he was cross-examining him, when he cross-examined him, he said, oh, give me this answer, and he gave that answer. We shouldn't be doing this to ourselves as a nation. We shouldn't be doing this to ourselves. We should not honestly be doing this to ourselves.
Mr. Davis, I just also want to find out from you, was it just a mere information seeking from the CID, or the CID may have preferred some charges?
The CID invited Godfrey Dami based upon a complaint supposedly by Richard Japa. This interrogation was to take place last week, Thursday. For very good reason, it was postponed to today. The scheduled time was 10 hours GMT. We arrived at the police CID headquarters at 9:55 hours. We went upstairs. The interrogation started about an hour and a half, possibly 2 hours later. We spent over, if I'm not exaggerating, close to about 3 hours with the police CID. At this stage, all I can say that we honored the invitation, gave our side of what we knew about the complaint. And the Learned Attorney General, Godfrey Dami, was admitted to serve recognizance bail. I don't know of any charges. Maybe if you know, you can enlighten and educate me. I don't know of any charges.
I don't know of any. But then there are also concerns that as at the time this whole incident happened, the worry for many was that how can an attorney general have a direct contact with an accused person in the trial? The more reason why they raised issues with this matter, sir.
You see, let me put this whole thing into context. It wasn't as if the Learned Attorney General at the time, Godfrey Dami, took it upon himself to just have a telephonic conversation with Richard Japa. Richard Japa at all material times was represented in court by a lawyer. At that time, it was Thomas Orbin Esquire. He fired his lawyer. And at a point in time, he had no lawyer. Godfrey Dami was minded to call Japa on one instance because the matter was billed for court. And Godfrey, had to travel to London on an international arbitration between GCNet and the government of Ghana. I'm sure you know about that matter. And because Japa at that time was not represented by a lawyer, he placed a call to him that he was traveling, so they should look at the possibility of arranging for a date for an adjournment of the matter. That was why he had to call Japa. Indeed, and in fact, Japa then had engaged the services of Thaddeus Sorry when he dismissed with the services of his former lawyer. And Thaddeus Sorry took over from there. But my good friend Sami Yafi, whether Godfrey Dami called Japa or whether Japa called Godfrey Dami is neither here nor there. This matter has received judicial pronouncement. It has been the basis of a judicial inquiry. The matter has been determined. What again is there? What Why are we digging up the eye of a corpse? This matter has been determined. So whether Godfrey Jakpa called him or he called Godfrey Jakpa, is dead and buried. It's gone. In law, we say it is res judicata. The matter cannot be determined again. Which other court is going to sit on it? So why are we trying to erase the past? The matter is dead and buried. It is gone. It's gone with the wind. It is res judicata, my friend. It cannot be resurrected. So let us see who is going to resurrect it. What again is going to be investigated? What again is there? Has this matter not been investigated by a court of competent jurisdiction? And the CID, are they going to take the matter again to court, or to a fetish shrine, or to a groove?
Finally, before I let you go, we are told that over 70 lawyers came there to the CID headquarters. Are they lawyers you invited, or they came to show support?
We don't invite lawyers. We don't belong to the class of persons who invite people to come and show solidarity. They came on their own free accord because they had the former leader of the bar, a distinguished Attorney General and Minister for Justice, for that matter, had been invited. This matter was in the public domain. So they all came there to show solidarity. We did not mass up any group of lawyers to come there. They came there on their own free will.
Thank you very much for your time. Frank Davis is lawyer for former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfrey Yeboah Dame. In a related development,
the former NPP chairman Freddie Blay has questioned the petition, stating that the issue has already been addressed in court and the judgment delivered.
They have not even started, and it's getting a bit edgy. So that's the lawyers say they have breached. They have not had the opportunity to talk to their clients outside because they have denied the access to their phones while they are waiting. And it's over 1 hour. They have not been called. If I'm going to rely on what people have told me, it says that the petition that is interfere with the prosecution about some matter that has already been dealt with by the courts, judgment has been given, or even the prosecution have been entered on it. Whatever it is, it's finished with it. The judge has made pronouncement on it. I don't know what's happening. And it's, I'm told, a petition filed or submitted by one Japan. We know Japan, the history before that. The guy was indeed sacked from the army. Literally, let's put it this way. Was sacked from the army for very good reasons that the army itself had come out. And if the police take that quite serious.
You heard a former chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Freddie Blay. Away from that, Western Regional Minister Joseph Nelson has commended the Tarkwa and Swayam Police Command for arresting 12 persons following the destruction of railway lines along the Achim-Bonsare stretch of the Western Rail Corridor. Speaking to Citi News during an inspection of the damaged railway, the minister expressed shock at the extent of devastation and called for the immediate prosecution of the suspects.
Let's go to the phone line and speak to our Western Regional Correspondent, Akwesi Anim, on this particular matter. Akwesi, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Hello, Akwesi, good evening.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Good evening, Kwesi.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, we understand that the police in the Western region have managed to arrest some of these galamseyers who are destroying this rail line. Tell us more about this.
Well, today, following the viral video and what we reported concerning this devastation of railway line along the Achim and Bonsare stretch of the Western region, of the Western Corridor, the regional minister actually made it here. And upon getting to the community, I must say it was very devastating than we saw, earlier. And after patrolling the line, we saw that there are pockets of, encroachment on the line along the stretch. And these are all as a result of activities of the Galamsey. The Western Regional Minister, who actually led the delegation that actually went for the inspection, expressed surprise about the fact that, we didn't really see people within the catchment coming out to actually prompt authorities about the devastation going on there, by basically aiding the activities. But lucky for me, I still have the Western Regional Minister over here with me, and he would want to say some few things to what he actually saw. Honorable, welcome to Channel 1 TV. Citi, please. Thank you. Right.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, Honorable.
Good evening.
In your rounds, what did you discover? Tell us.
Oh, well, I believe your reporter is giving you a gist of what we saw today. Some serious encroachment on the railway line from Takwa to Takrady. And the damage is such that some serious work will have to be done on it to restore it to normalcy. So that is, in summary, that is what we saw. And the surprise thing was that this is something that happened very close to a community called Akim. And one would have expected that community leaders and residents there ought to have shown concern, but I don't think that they did. So that is how come we have the situation there as we see it today.
How devastating is this, sir?
Oh, well, it is. It is serious. The extent that the railway lines at some portions have been really rendered passable, and basically the earth beneath the lines have been taken off, hanging. So the lines are hanging, basically.
Can it be fixed, and how long do you think it will take?
To reconstruct it?
Yes, exactly so, sir.
Fortunately, we met an officer of Ghana Railways on site with some public-spirited individuals who were supporting the officer and the railways to really deal with the situation there. I went there with the MP for the constituency as well, so I've asked him to take keen interest in it, to offer them any support he can, so that those portions that have been devastated, those portions that have been encroached, will be restored.
Is it an active rail line?
Not really. You know, the Western Rail Line, I believe, was given on contract to this company that has been working on it through Kojo Chrome, Amandi. That's the company's name. I think that work on the line stalled somewhere last year, so they've not been on it. But previously, I think the Ghana Manganese Company was cutting manganese on that line to the port of Takrady. When I took office, there were some discussions between DMC and Ghana Railways, the fact that they wanted to come to an agreement so they could resume the cutting of manganese to the Takrady port. That has not been resolved. And so I think that with that stalemate, the lines have not been active for a while. And I believe that is the reason we have the situation there. I would have wished that Railways itself could do the normal thing of checking, monitoring the line. But the officer we met on site and tells us that they don't have the capacity, the vehicle that they use to patrol the lines to basically check encroachment in the lines, it's down. So they are unable to do it as effectively as they used to do. So monitoring is basically not happening. And that's why these illegal miners took advantage to do what they did.
Is the Achim area the only place of distraction, or there are others, but you are yet to see these ones?
Well, that's a big question. This is a question that I posed to the officer there, that I will expect that they scan the full length of the tracks from Takwa through Achim, Benso towards Takrady to see which areas have been encroached upon. But as we speak, we don't know the full extent of the damage on the line.
But are you demanding answers in this direction?
Definitely. Fortunately, the police were there with us, specifically the operations commander for this command, the Western Central. You know, in Western region, we have two police commands. We have the one commander in secondary, we have another in Takwa. And so those up here who have the responsibility to oversee these areas, some of them were with us. And in fact, about a week ago, an arrest was made in that area that involved some 12 people. So they are undergoing prosecution. So that is some relief. But I think that what we need to do is to, strengthen the monitoring of such places when illegal miners have been cleared off-site. They've observed the modus operandi of the security services, that when they come around, it takes a while to come back. So after every operation, they observe for a few weeks and then they go back. So I told them that I think that they should have, prop up their monitoring mechanism after they've cleared the site, so that nobody goes back there to, do anything illegal. So I believe they've taken that on board, and going forward, they want to do more to monitor sites that have been cleared of illegal activities.
Regional Minister, before I let you go, and my final question, the issue of Galamsey has come up, and we are having this conversation because of the activities of illegal miners or Galamsey. As chairman of the Regional Security Council, what other measures are you putting in place to ensure that we don't get this thing repeat itself and we fight this menace of Galamsey?
Well, what we are looking to do anew is that we get the chiefs involved, because I was at a loss.
But are these not the same chiefs who give these lands away?
Definitely, that is why we have to call everybody out. We have to call them out, and that is exactly what I did. That you have a community that has leaders, and yet they look on while such destruction takes place. And I mean, it cannot be left to just government alone. I sit in secondary. I had to come because I got this information late last night. This morning I had to set off and come here. And if community leaders look on unconcerned, then we are going to have situations like this. So I think that the chiefs and leaders of communities, we have to rope in. We have to be roped in so that we're able to effectively deal with this issue. Because it's not an issue that can be dealt with by just an individual or one group. We need to have all hands on deck. And that, for me, is the approach that we need to take. And of course, the security services as well. I think we need to have, a permanent presence of the security in some strategic areas, so that constantly they will comb these areas every day. And it shouldn't be that we do an operation today, tomorrow nobody goes around, and then the people take advantage of non-presence of the security to do their own thing, because they know that it will take a while once they come around to do an operation. So I think that we, as RegSec, what we are going to do some more is, basically have some reinforcement of our capacity, increase our capacity to be able to comb these areas. It's huge. Western region, out of about 14 MMDAs, I think we have about 11 or 10 of them actually affected. And so at the level of the assemblies, I think that the security, the chiefs there, and basically the MMDCs as well, they have to also take charge. And this is what I've been drumming home, to all of them. Fortunately, most of them have responded accordingly. And so we are seeing some new direction in the fight against illegal mining. But until we win it, there's no letting up. I think we all have to continue to, up our game until we see the back of this challenge.
Regional Minister, thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here the Western Regional Minister Joseph Nelson speaking to us there. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now. Go, Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the go be too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Are you ready to unlock the next big thing? It's a universe of endless possibilities. Get ready to be part of this universe.
Who cry is calling me this other one?
Hello. Good evening, Kwame.
Good evening.
We are into baby foods and would like to introduce...
Wait a minute. How did you get my number? You just use ways and means to find people's numbers and be calling them by heart. No respect for privacy or anything at all.
Oh, Bra Kwame.
Is your business privacy ready? Do you collect and use information of people in your line of work, like their name, number, location? You might be doing the wrong things. Whether you're a big company or a small one, you must respect people's right to privacy. Register and be certified by the Data Protection Commission of Ghana. It is the law. You will receive the necessary training, advice, and guided on the right systems to put in place to help protect information you collect about people. Register your company. It's simple and online. Visit www.dataprotection.org.gh to register. Privacy is the responsibility of everyone. Remember, privacy is personal.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. Police have restored calm at Tusampa in the Bono region after a violent clash between two rival factions at the town's main market. The incident occurred yesterday when members of the two factions exchanged gunfire, leading to the burning of several stores. Officers were quickly deployed to the scene to restore order and to escort emergency services, including a fire tender and an ambulance transporting a pregnant woman to the hospital. During the operation, some officers came under fire, sustaining gunshot wounds. Public Relations Officer of the Police Service in the Bono Region, Chief Inspector Thomas Akila, says patrols have since been intensified and efforts are underway to arrest those involved.
About 8 of our men got injured and 7 were treated and discharged. 1 officer has been referred to Konfanoche Hospital for further treatment. So they are responding to treatment.
Are you able to tell what the condition of the person who was sent to Konfanoche is as at this morning?
What I know is that he sustained head injury and that there was a rumor, which I'll use this medium to debunk it, that 1 officer has lost his life in the course of it. But it's not true. It's not true. But he's still receiving treatment.
So in terms of security in Sampa now, what is the situation?
As I speak with you, everything is calm.
The area that was affected, as we speak now, was it one particular locality within the Sampa area, or is the whole Sampa that is affected?
No, it is the market area that was affected. Some group took the opportunity to burn some stores there, and that's where escorting the fire service to go and stop the fire. In addition, with an ambulance that was conveying a pregnant woman to hospital. That was how it all emanated from.
Chief Inspector Thomas Akila is Public Relations Officer of the Police Service in the Bono region, speaking to my colleague Zoe Abubeidu Ado. Now, NPP presidential candidate hopeful Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has urged delegates not to leave personal grievances with members of his campaign team influence their decision in the upcoming presidential primaries. Speaking during his campaign tour of the Greater Accra region ahead of the party's January 31, 2026 primaries, Dr. Bawumia reminded delegates that it is his name on the ballot, not that of his team members.
Dear Wohana said, me pese mo nyina mu hu se, eye me na me wo ballot no so. Enye obia. Enti ebia obia ye wo hi.
What I want to emphasize is that I am the one on the ballot. So, if someone from my campaign team has upset you, please don't hold it against me. I don't bear any grudge towards you or anyone else. Let's not let one person's actions dictate your decision. I'm here to help you, and I genuinely don't have a problem with you. Please consider voting for me, and I'll do my best to serve you.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is NPP presidential candidate hopeful.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ijibi Wiafe Akente. Let's settle for the details. Mining company Heath Goldfields Limited has rejected claims from Future Global Resources Blue Gold Limited over the state of affairs at the Bogoso Prestia mine. The company says allegations of wrongdoing by itself, the Minerals Commission and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources over the revocation of Blue Gold's mining lease are baseless. There's more in the following report.
In a detailed statement, Heath Goldfields outlined the timeline of events leading to its acquisition of the mine, including multiple breaches of lease terms by Future Gold Resources between 2021 and 2023, ranging from failure to pay workers and creditors to the inability to inject capital and resume full operations. Despite repeated opportunities to rectify the situation, the company alleges that Future Gold Resources failed to deliver on its restructuring promises, leading to the termination of its lease in September 2024. Following a transparent tender process, Heath Gold Resources was granted the mining lease in December last year. However, a series of legal challenges by Future Gold and Blue Gold, including multiple injunction applications and court appeals, delayed operations and the ratification process. Despite the legal obstacles, Health Gold says he has invested more than 50 million cedis in contractor payments and initiated repairs and audits to enable full operations before October 2025. The company then asks ratification of the lease now rests with the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources and Parliament, a process it is actively supporting.
Ni Latte with that news desk report. Now, financial analysts are projecting a continued decline in Treasury bill yields in the coming weeks following the recent fall in inflation. The projection comes after the government missed its latest T-bill target by about 1 billion cedis over waning investor appetite for short-term government securities. Head of Finance at Melbourne Capital, Nelson Kujo Kwabeji, tells Citi Business News that while investors remain cautious, the mixed performance of the Treasury market is expected to persist, driven largely by interest rate differentials and market dynamics.
Well, the mixed reaction within the Treasury bill market is as a result of the rate. We have seen that government has registered oversubscription and undersubscription over the past few weeks, which tells you that investors are gradually moving away from the Treasury bill market as a result of the low rate that they are being offered. The 91-day Treasury bill is currently around 10.4%, whilst the 182-day Treasury bill is around 12.35%. And so investors are looking for a much more higher investment vehicles that can give them more returns. And so we expect this trend to continue even as inflation has, reduced to single digit. We expect the rates to go down further. And this will mean that investors will be looking for a much more better alternative sources of investment.
Nelson Kujo Kwabeji is head of finance at Melbourne Capital. Domestic VAT collections for the first 5 months of 2025 rose by 33.6% to 8.3 billion cedis compared to 6.22 billion cedis recorded during the same period in 2024, signaling stronger consumer demand and improved tax compliance. That's according to the Bank of Ghana's July Monetary Policy Report, which also points to solid growth in retail sales over the same period. There's more in the following reports.
The report shows that retail sales increased by 35.7% cumulatively between January and May 2025, highlighting growing household spending and recovery in private consumption. On a year-on-year basis, sales for May alone rose by 38.6% to hit 277 million cedis from the 200 million cedis recorded in May 2024. Month-on-month, retail activity improved by 4.6%, moving from 265 million cedis in April to hit 277 million in May. Domestic VAT collections also saw a robust performance in May, rising by 30.1% year-on-year to hit 1.77 billion cedis. This can be attributed to the upward trend in both VAT and retail sales to enhance economic activity, stronger consumer confidence, and improved tax administration. According to the data, the uptick in consumer spending reflects a gradual rebound in domestic demand, supported by stable prices and moderate growth in disposable incomes. However, market watchers believe that sustaining this positive momentum will depend on maintaining fiscal discipline, curbing inflationary pressures, and strengthening policy measures to support household purchasing power.
Emmanuel Pong with that business desk report. Data Bank Research has projected that Ghana's inflation path remains on course, with headline inflation expected to end 2025 within a revised target band of 9% plus or minus 2 percentage points. The firm noted that while seasonal demand pressures ahead of the festive season and recent cedi depreciation pose upside risk to prices, a continued fiscal discipline and softening global commodity prices are expected to help stabilize inflation in the coming months.
For October 2025, Databank forecasts inflation to stay within the 8.5 to 9.7% year-on-year range, reinforcing confidence that the country's disinflation momentum will persist through the fourth quarter of the year. On monetary policy, Databank believes the Monetary Policy Committee of the BOG has more room for further policy easing. The firm sees scope for a potential 250 basis points cut in the policy rate, given that the real monetary policy rate currently stands at 12.1%, down from the 13.5% earlier in the year. According to the research output, such a move would be aimed at supporting economic growth, especially in light of a weakening consumer confidence index, which signals reduced optimism among households and businesses.
Netele Nete Ajaho filed that business desk report. The Ghana Food and Beverages Association has called on President John Mahama to undertake urgent reforms at the Electricity Company of Ghana to address ongoing inefficiencies in the power sector. According to the association, the continuous rise in utility tariffs despite ECG's recurring financial losses has become a major concern that requires immediate government attention. Speaking to the media, the chairman of the association, John Awuni, emphasized that the high cost of electricity is placing a significant burden on both businesses and households across the country.
There shouldn't be any tariff increment, because there's no amount of tariff increment that can solve the problem of what? ECG. That is our stand. There must be a reform, and that reform must aim at, one, reducing the technical and power and commercial losses to reasonable what? Standards. There is a private utility company that did their presentation, Enclave Power, at the PURC, and their losses was like 3%. It's a new company, 3%, and they aim at even reducing it. And ECG is going somewhere around 32%. You have produced something, you have lost 32%. So we are calling there must be a complete reduction. The reform must lead to a reduction in technical and commercial losses.
The association further issued a 30-day ultimatum to the government to establish a performance compact aimed at evaluating and improving the operational efficiency of both the Electricity Company of Ghana and the Ghana Water Company Limited.
ECG and the Ghana Water Company reform is more than a utility issue. It's a matter of national security. If Ghana demonstrates efficiency reform, it will protect households and businesses while showing Africa how to transform a failing distributor into a model of transparency and performance. We therefore respectfully urge His Excellency the President to act decisively within the next 30 days.
John Awuni is chairman of the Ghana Food and Beverages Association. And that's it for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Wiafe Akenti. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's smarts we love. Or your community could win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News. And this is Point Blank. Remember, Point Blank is brought to you by Valix Lease Equip Limited. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions. Tonight on Point Blank, we talk about the railway. Recent development, recent news report of the destruction of railway lines across the country. My guest tonight is Dr. Frederick Apor. He's the CEO of the Ghana Railway Development Authority, helping us get a better understanding of the railway industry here in Ghana. Doc, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening.
What's the difference between your organization, the Ghana Railway Authority, and the Ghana Railway Company? What's the difference?
Well, basically, the Ghana Railway Development Authority, we look at the overall in terms of the development of railways, rehabilitation of new railways. We appoint operators as well as most important under the ministerial directive. We could also act as a regulator, but in most cases a lot of people consider us regulators. No, the regulatory function is part of our responsibility, but it is not a core of it. And we also look at more or less trying to create the avenues for private sector participation, especially in the development as well as the operation.
Oh, okay, so that's different.
Yes, and Ghana Railway Company Limited, if you look at the act, they are what we consider as common operators. So common operator in the law is a government operator. The law makes two provisions for two: a common operator, at the same time a private operator. So in this case, Ghana Railway Company Limited is a state-owned operator.
And so we can have private operators within the rail system?
Yes, we do. We call it open access, and that has been the what I called the bane of Ghana railway sector. What I talk about that, if you go globally, I mean, if you look globally in terms of the sector, especially what most people even know. Let's go to South Africa here, and also and our East African countries. You see a government operator and a private operator. We call that open access. That means what it simply means is that government develop the infrastructure, but private sector can be allowed to also operate as well as the government operator. So when you go to England, we have what we call the government operators who are operating as part of the ROSCO. And you have the normal private operators who are also operating on the same line. So it means that you have a choice of what you want to take. And with the government operators, you might have a cheaper fare, but you might not have the Gucci aspect of, let's say, the comfort of the air conditioning and everything like that. But in most cases as well, when it comes to the private operation, in terms of the cargo and the haulage, the private operators play a predominant role, especially when you go to the United States, whereby in that case, even the infrastructure is also owned by private companies. So the private companies own the infrastructure and operate at the same time. So without that model, it is impossible to develop a railway. So Ghana railway sector has become stagnant due to lack of investment. For example, Tema to Impagadan is $447 million. We took, Indian Exim Bank. How do you expect the government to pay back if we are just going to run it down? So you need competition and you need some means to raise revenue. And to do that is the open access model. So the open access model is saying says that, and the Act makes provisions for that. It clearly says within the Act, there is a provision for a common operator, which can be a state-owned, but you must apply for a license from the authority. We will give you a license to operate, and you pay track access charges monthly, based on the volume that you are doing, or in terms of passenger number, based on the passenger number you are doing per kilometer. Right, but in this case, what we have is, let me take Western Region. Look at the investment that has gone into it, and what is the return? Where's the ROI? So that's the question that we have to ask. A railway infrastructure business is much more. There must be a return on investment for the government to continually pump the money into it, because it's a high CapEx end. We are looking about, I just may mention Tema to Imperial's $447 million. I'm looking for money to continue the Western Railway line all the way to rough estimation.
The same lines that are being destroyed by Galamsey.
No,
we'll talk about that one.
So just sticking to the point. So without the private operation, you cannot have a competition, and without competition, you cannot raise revenue. So what you have is that you have to introduce the open access model to introduce some sort of competitive advantage in the business.
But can we ever have that here in Ghana?
Yes, we can. You can. You have STC, you have VIP. They are all operating on the same road, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, what's the condition of STC compared to VIP? What's the situation? You see, the thing is, failure to introduce the open access will always give you what we are seeing.
Yeah.
Let me repeat it again. Failure to introduce an open access model, a competition on the infrastructure. Where is the government going to get the money? $447 million spent to build that infrastructure. Then we allow encroachment. People will run it down, or we run it down, and you expect the government to borrow and construct again. For what? So what you see is the government will be channeling their effort into road. This is what you are seeing.
Yeah.
So to allow or to attract investment, we need to make the place attractive. And to make it attractive, we need to introduce private operation in the beginning, in the operation. Then my plan, or the future plan of the government, is to introduce private sector into the development of the railway infrastructure. So you have a private operator coming as a BOT or PPP framework of some sort and constructing the railway line with the government for a period of time, maybe as in the BOT, build, operate, transfer. Okay. Without it, a developing country like ours, we are not going to go anywhere.
But is this an investment you can get return?
It is an investment you can get a return. Let's look at the perspective. Let's run some figures for you.
Yeah.
Okay. The Western Railway line, which I talk about, I'm using a consecutive estimate. To move a ton of manganese from Insuta mines to Takrady port is $7.50. I'm being consecutive. Assuming 10 million metric tons, what do you get? $75 million. Now, Awaso, okay? Awaso, we are doing over 3 million metric tons. They want to move to 5 million metric tons. You know, that the engineers go our in terms of deposit, huge deposit.
Yeah.
So we can also do another 10 million metric tons. In total, you are looking at 25 million metric tons, assuming a consecutive amount of $7.50. $7.50. Because let's look at it. Insuta is about roughly, you are looking about 125 kilometers. Awaso, you are going further, 182. In you are going further. So the further you go, the more sort of pricier the cost becomes. So, but I'm just using a consecutive amount of $7.50. You are looking at a consecutive amount of 25 million metric tons per annum, about $185 million in haulage alone. This is just besides agricultural product. You are not moving cocoa, you're not moving agricultural product, you're not moving anything. We are just moving mineral deposits straight down. So we are sitting on a premium asset like this. And people are asking, what are we doing in the railway industry? I'm telling you, go to Western Region, go and look at the state of the roads. Just when you go, just check the number of trucks that are piled up going to Takrady port from Insuta, Awaso, how much money have we spent on the road rehabilitation in Western region? But I can tell you the railway that people are busy destroying today, the Galamseyers are busy destroying today, were built, some of them were built in 1893. And they are still alive. Yes, 1893. So the whole life cycle cost of railway is far, far cheaper compared to road.
So we should put on hold the construction of roads and concentrate more on road construction?
Yes, so if we're talking about
railway,
strategic,
I mean,
yes. If we're talking about, you see, people say, okay, road construction. Let me tell you something. Railway construction, 5 formations. Subsoil, formation level, what we call it, subgrade, from the subballast, ballast, bitumen, before your steel, steel, then you can then sleepers steel, then you can then put your sleepers. That's so you have a total of 5 layers. So a construction of a kilometer of railway, consecutive, you are looking at $5 million per kilometer. But you know, in Ghana, it can go up to $9.2 million per kilometer. What this can give you, in terms of longevity, is that if barring Galamsey and all sort of, let's say, encroachment, you can do the same thing for road. I can bet you in 50 years you come and make the railway, and the road has been tiled or done nearly 4 or 5 times. The key thing is that railway provides railway complement the roads. When you have a safer railways, what happens is you're going to have safer roads, and most importantly, you are not going to spend a lot of money on rehabilitating the roads, because most of the haulage you move it from the road to the rail, and the rail can move a total of up to 42 to 52 containers, 20-foot, 40-foot containers of the road at a go in one sortie. But go to Takrady Port, go and see the number of trucks. You can see 50 trucks piling up going. All that 50 trucks can be in one single sortie of a locomotive moving from Tema Harbour through to Bupe to the Sahel region, not on our roads. So yes, we can always compare the roads to the rail, but nothing beats a formidable railway system. Road cannot be compared to a formidable railway system, not in any way of shape or form. That is why in advanced countries they spend a lot on rail. They deliberately spend a lot on rail, not just because they can't spend on roads, it's just because they are complementing the safety architecture of the roads, they are complementing the congestion, as well as making sure that they don't have a certain amount of tonnage piled up on their road. And when it comes to environmental sustainability, you wouldn't have people having issues to do with, let's say, environmental issues to do with the environment as well as that. So the railway is the way to go. And I do believe that this government, we have decided to spend our time on it. And I'm very happy to be working with my minister.
From where you sit, do you think successive governments have given much attention to railway? Have they invested much in it?
Yes. Look, I wouldn't sit here because I'm serving in my government to say, look, President ex-President Nana Akufo-Addo's vision to have a sectorial approach to the railway sector was a good one. I'm not going to sit here and dispute that. However, the human factors, the technical people, or the human capability as to put in place as an organization to deliver his vision failed. But the idea to create the awareness and the setup, you cannot dispute it. From empirical, it was a good thing. It gave it what I call a facelift of an idea, a whole ministry dedicated to railway development. But I would say the strategic approach, be it its human capability, technical competency, decision making, did not work well. But at the end of the day, you cannot really dispute that and say, okay, but it was a good one. But when you come to our government, what I always often refer to, you need 3 things to make to develop a railway sector. You need a political will, it's like a triangle. You need the political will that must come, and this is with the this comes from the president, and I'm very confident in my president, His Excellency President Mahama, that he has got that desire to get it done. There must be a political will. The other one, we call it the technical competency of the team. Okay, I do believe in the current minister, as well as together with the Ghana Railway Development Authority, the leadership, the technical competency is there to get it delivered. The next arm is funding, money.
Yeah.
And the money, when you are talking about private money,
is the biggest part of all.
Exactly. The private money comes with an eye. What is there for me to pick? You see, what is the return on investment?
Yeah.
But now, and the private money to need to go through a rigorous tendering process. Look at our tendering process.
Yeah.
Have you looked at our PPP framework? It is a whole monologue on its own. So, a government life is about 2.53 years. So if I'm going to spend 2 years to go through some PPP framework, a lot of people come. I've been in the office. I've had opportunity to meet over 119 investors. But in the beginning, it's exciting. They will come, the energy and that Fred.
The bureaucracies and the rest.
The moment you open the PPP book, the enthusiasm drops from 100 to 20. Okay? They know Freddie come, they will take you everywhere. But the moment you open the Pandora box of the PPP, the desire shrinks. So what we have to do is twofold. One, we need to work together with the Ministry of Finance and everybody to have a strategic framework where private sector participation could be attracted in the industry, especially in the railway sector, at a short possible time. Without going through all these 67-page document. It is I would say it is not attractive for anybody. Second, government loan. Are we prepared to go for more loans? Okay, that is something that we have to look at. So look, at the moment, I am confident that we've got we have the political will, we have the technical competency, and the money is coming. So with this vision, I am also very confident that something will be done. And we are working on a lot of things at the moment.
Let's talk about the distraction of your lines in the western region. I'm sure you heard about it. How did you react when you saw videos and pictures of this?
Well, you see, upon my assumption of office, I have traveled to the Takrady, to Dunkwao and Awaso nearly 3 times. I was there in March, April, and May. And I was there recently when Amandi resumed work on the 6th of August. Remember that Amandi suspended work on the 2nd of December. And through the work and the leadership of my minister, Honorable Bukari, they resumed work on the 6th of August. So when we went there, we could see the epicenter is actually at a place called Bonsra, I think Bonsra and Insuta. So that is where it's about 54 kilometers from Takrady and 6 kilometers from Insuta. That is the epicenter of where they are doing stuff. So when we went there, we realized that even you've got Shamfines close to the GMC, Ghana Manganese Corporation, and close to our railway lines. They've got some fines there. Anytime we go, they run away. Okay? Last time we went with the police, they run away. I reported the issue to the Takrady Divisional Police Commander, and they go there. And whenever they go there, they run away. But the fact of the matter is that, you see, this is a national disaster, and this is a national security issue. It is not just a railway issue. In some cases, you have the Galamsey being done maybe about 8 kilometers away. But what happened is that they are using the Shamfines to wash the gold. And you've got the water coming all the way to our formations. And I just spoke about the cost of making that formation. So when that happens, you are not going to say, you want to form a railway task force. A railway task force will just look at the railway task force. What about the person who is doing Galamsey 8 kilometers away, destroying it? So I do believe that, the NADMOS, which has been set up, will serve as a sort of, we don't want to duplicate the effort of a lot of people, but NADMOS will serve as the collective efforts to be able to address the issue. it must not just be a reactive approach. It must be a preventive approach. So what we are doing is also encouraging and engaging the community setup to be able to also help us to do things like that as well. So we are working with the community people to ensure that we can have the right people to do it.
Also listening to Point Blank on Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. My guest tonight is Dr. Frederick Apo. He's the CEO of the Ghana Railway Development Authority. The railway has come in the news in recent time. Just this weekend, we had news of a destruction of some railway lines in the western region, and he's speaking to us on that particular one. Doc.
Yeah. Sorry.
So we're told that this month, which is October on the 1st, we'll see some shuttles, working.
Yes.
On the, I think, Akosombo, Tema. Is that it?
Yeah, Tema and Pakadan.
In Pakadan, okay. Are they working now?
Yeah, they are working. Oh, you should have patronized today. I've been up since 3 a.m. this morning. But the good news is that for the people of that corridor, Tema Harbour to Akosombo, we commenced the service, passenger service, on 1st of October, and we are running our first passenger service from there. Now we are doing Tema Harbour with one shuttle, and we are doing, Tema to Adome on another shuttle. So we are really hoping to make sure that we can open a corridor. But that corridor is an intermodal transport. It takes both passengers as well as haulage. Okay. So again, passenger service is a social policy. No country runs passenger service for a profit. Yes, I don't want you to just, anytime I say, passenger, people say, China. No, China, they are subsidized by 47%.
Okay.
Almost all this.
The Chinese government does
The Chinese government subsidized for 47%. I know that for a fact.
Including both the private and the government-owned ones?
Yes, 47%. Boom. Cargo is not a subsidized entity.
Yeah.
So cargo is where you earn the money to pay for the infrastructure. But passenger is just a social policy. So if you go to Chicago,
so in the passenger one, you don't make any profit.
You don't make any profit.
You only make profit on the cargo ones.
Exactly. But dude, let's be honest. London Underground, they get £10 billion every year, from both the central government as well as the City of London to subsidize the underground service.
Yeah.
You go to Central Line, the Central Line and the Northern Line, they run 24 hours. From 2 a.m. to 5 a.m., they run virtually empty. But it's running anyway. Why? Because they see that it creates that impression that the moment I get to London, I can go to shopping anytime. So in transportation economics, we call it derived demand. So it serves as an input to the other sectors. Yeah. So when you get to London at 2 a.m., you can just call me and say, okay, Fred, Charlie, let's go. Let's meet at Oxford Street. Let's go for a dinner. You go.
You are sure that there's some transport available. Yeah.
Exactly. So that is what I'm talking about. You see, so here in Ghana, a lot of people expect and say, is it going to be profitable? Is it bankable? It's nonsense. Passenger service is a social policy. You run to move people. But the benefit, most of it is not tangible. Reduce road congestion. Can you measure that? No. So in terms of feasibility study, we always use a quantifiable number, 30 to 40% in terms of operating cost, okay, as part of it. Fatalities, reduce road fatalities. Can you quantify that? You can't. Okay. The next one, okay, in terms of surety of your ETA, okay, your arrival time, you are sure that with the train there will be no traffic. Okay, you get to work.
Yeah.
Productivity, personal productivity. Imagine that you've started the traffic from Oyarefa all the way to Central Business District. You left home, you have to wake up at 3 a.m. to leave the house to get to work by 5 or 6.
I think you get to work around 9 a.m.
9 a.m. So by the time by 10 you are already tired.
Yeah.
You don't want to just do anything. You are angry. Anybody call you, you just, you are not happy. Then again, I will wake up at 6. I know when I wake up at 6, by 6:30, 6:45, I can be in work. Because I know that when I take the tram or when I take the train, 15 minutes, I'm in CBD. So I get to work happier.
Yeah.
You can talk to me, I smile more, I can do more work, and I can go home late. this is what we call about. This is the benefit of railway transportation in terms of passenger numbers. So productivity goes up. You cannot measure productivity. You can quantify it in terms of that. So what I'm just trying to say is that yes, Tema to Impagadan, we are running the shuttle. We are running morning service from 5 a.m. all the way to 9:30, 9:40 a.m. In the evening time, we are also running from 2:30 all the way to 6 p.m. And I've just been told the last train just arrived at Tema Harbour. So yes, Ghana passenger service is open, and the vision is simple. His Excellency the President wants to reset the railway sector, and we are resetting. And the evidence is there for you to say.
Finally, before I let you go, your workers were complaining of non-payment of salary arrears for months. How are you dealing with that issue?
Look, I want to make things clear. You know, nobody should go away, not a month, 2 months, let alone 12 months without pay. That being said, I know my minister, Honorable Joseph Nipe, is working so hard. And today I've been in a meeting with him, and he has worked so hard to secure something for them with the Minister of Finance.
Oh, okay, good news for them.
Yes, that will be announced to them. But the question now is bad. We all need to be honest about the future sustainability of this entirety. We need to be able to look at how best we'll be able to sustain our sisters and brothers at GRCL in the long term. Not just about trying to fix them pay. So yes, we share in that plight, not because of anything that we are two different entities, but we are not too different because basically they are
the
our
same
operators.
Goal.
Yes, the same sector. And if they go down, we go down as well with them. So, and also, I just want to take the opportunity to say that we have got unions in GRDA. Okay, so whilst I want to also take this opportunity to tell you that yes, we have union in GRDA. We might not be in terms of numbers, the sheer size, but at least we have unions who are there. So this is just a collective effort, and I'm hoping that we can all come together and find a sustainable approach to this issue that we have in terms of salary arrears.
Okay, Doc, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much. Dr. Frederick Apo is the CEO of the Ghana Rural Development Authority. My guest tonight on Point Blank on Eyewitness News. That came to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafe. Earlier you heard a Jubi Wiafe show produced by Beverly London and Kwabna Wilson. Technical assistant Daniels Kwashi. So we'll come your way again tomorrow. May the good Lord be with us all.